Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Marcus Freeman, this Notre Dame program continued to build an extremely strong class in 2025, landing the commitment from four-star linebacker Anthony Sacca from the state of Pennsylvania. This was a Penn State legacy. Notre Dame going into the state of Pennsylvania, winning out for one of the top prospects in the state. And when you start getting into Anthony Sacca and you start evaluating the prospect, this is a guy that checks a lot of boxes that you want to see from that linebacker position. I think my favorite attribute is making that transition from safety to that linebacker spot. And you see how comfortable he is dropping back in coverage, whether it's man covering tight ends up the seam, whether he's just dropping back in zone. This is a guy that is comfortable operating in space, and that is something we talk a lot about from linebackers, making that transition from the high school to the college football spot. You look at what offenses want to do. They want to spread you out. They want to test linebackers, kind of making them cover a lot of ground, making them drop back in coverage, making them make plays in space. And Anthony Sacca, having that experience at the safety spot, you feel really good about what he can do from an athletic standpoint at that linebacker spot. Want to get into the film, talk about what he brings to the table for this Notre Dame defense. Before we get into it, and as always, just want to say thank you to you guys, and it has been a blast talking the recruiting trail the last couple of weeks. Cannot thank you guys enough for rocking with the fellas. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into this one. And I want to start with, what Anthony Sacca brings. And this is a guy that, 6'3", 225, has really good length, is very fluid in space, all things that you want from a linebacker at the college football level. And you look at what Notre Dame has done in that linebacker room. Kingston Viliami was one of my favorite linebackers in the 2024 class. You bring in Anthony Sacca in the 2025 class. That position group looking very bright, not only in the 2024 season, but largely for the next couple of years. And you dive into the film of Anthony Sacca, he shows you a lot of the things that you want to see from a linebacker at the college football level. He gets used in so many different ways, kind of playing that overhang linebacker spot right now. You'll see him blitz off the edge. You'll see him drop back in coverage. Does a lot of different things at a high level, but the thing you see most is how comfortable he is dropping in coverage. Obviously, a little tip ball here, nice ball skills, making the play. Probably my favorite rep from Anthony Sacca coming up now, where he's matched up in the slot against a slot wide receiver, and he's going to ask to play man coverage. And you're going to see him do a very good job kind of staying in phase with this slot wide receiver. And then when that football is in the air, he's going to get his head around, go make a play. You don't see that from linebackers coming from the high school level. A lot of times they're hyper athletic dudes that can go close the distance and make plays, but don't have those ball skills. Anthony Sacca, again, as a transition safety, has those ball skills that you want. You're not going to find many linebackers that are as comfortable in coverage as Anthony Sacca. You continue to run through the film, and again, just used in so many diverse ways on the defense. This time we're going to, hey, we got to go close the distance. We got to go sideline to sideline, something that you need linebackers to do at the college football level. A lot of offenses going to try to make you defend every single blade of grass, make linebackers get out of the perimeter and make plays. Anthony Sacca, some nice range, making that move all the way from the other side of the field, hawking down the ball carrier, making a play, kind of playing that traditional off-ball backer spot, kind of playing as that spy. We're going to have to close the distance. We're going to go make a play. I always seem like when you watch Anthony Sacca's film, he's always around the football. Like whether it's tip balls, whether it's balls on the ground, he always seems to be involved in making plays. This one against IMG, one of the biggest games of the season, coming up with a massive play, using that off-ball linebacker spot again, going sideline to sideline, picking through traffic, going out, making a play, closes distance extremely well, does a lot of different things. You can tell this is a guy from a football family, right? This is a guy, his dad played quarterback at Penn State, had a cup of coffee as a professional football player. You can tell that Anthony Sacca has lived and breathed football his whole life. This is a guy that has phenomenal instincts, just understands the sport, plays extremely hard, always seems to be coming up with some of those big plays on that 4th and short kind of situation. Again, operating from that nickel spot, firing downhill, making a play. So many boxes that you're getting checked with Anthony Sacca. And you go to the 2025 class for Notre Dame, I mean, 19 total commitments. Marcus Freeman likes to do this. He likes to get in on his recruiting class as early as we get this advertisement out of the way. And you got the #1 class in the country, 19 total commits. There seems to be just a lot of buzz within this Notre Dame program. A lot of top prospects from the Midwest, really nationally, want to go check out what Marcus Freeman and this Notre Dame staff are building. Really excited to see how they close this 2025 class down. Appreciate y'all rocking with the hop on, talk a little bit about Anthony Sacca, what he brings to this Notre Dame team. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.